During my wedding, my husband whispered, "You have to pay me your $7,800 monthly salary, or I will marry your pregnant rich sister." I refused, so he pushed me away and invited my sister to take my place. I was shocked when my sister and family accepted his proposal. I walked out of my wedding dress and drove straight to the courthouse. The venue kept calling, but I ignored every buzz on my phone as I sat in the parking lot with my lawyer on speaker. Let me back up. 3 days before the wedding, I came home early with food poisoning. I was supposed to work a double at the hotel, but I could barely stand. I opened our apartment door and heard him on the phone in the bedroom, laughing in a way I'd never heard before. "Dude, I've been playing both sisters for 8 months. Sky's got that steady hotel manager money, but Janet's sitting on the real inheritance. Their dad owns 6 hotels across the state." He paused, listening. "Yeah, she's 4 months pregnant. Doesn't matter whose it is, I'll claim it. Old man loves family legacy, right? Once I'm in, I'm set." My hand was on the doorknob. I stood frozen. Sky's the safe bet, but Janet's the jackpot. Her trust fund kicks in at 25, and she's desperate for attention. If Sky doesn't hand over her paycheck like we discussed, I'll just switch sisters at the altar. Her family won't cause a scene at their own wedding. I recorded the next 20 minutes on my phone. Every word, every laugh, every calculation. Then I called my dad's estate lawyer, the one who'd handled everything after Mom died. Took 2 days, but we found something interesting in the paperwork. That trust fund my sister thought she'd inherit at 25 had a clause. Any marriage before 30 required trustee approval. I was the trustee. Dad said it that way after she blew through $60,000 at casinos in 1 year. The wedding day came. I got ready alone, did my own makeup, straightened my dress. My sister kept texting about how excited she was to be my maid of honor, how she couldn't wait to see me married. I didn't respond. I walked down that aisle knowing exactly what would happen. The church was packed, 200 people watching. When I reached the altar, he looked at me with those cold eyes and leaned in close. "Last chance, Sky. Your salary goes into our joint account or I'm done here." I looked him dead in the face and said loud enough for the front row to hear, "Not a single dollar." That's when he did it, right there in front of everyone. Pushed me aside. Not hard enough to make me fall, but enough that I stumbled in my heels. He grabbed the mic from the priest and said, "I'm sorry, everyone, but I can't marry someone this selfish. Janet, would you come up here?" My sister, 6 months pregnant in her lavender bridesmaid dress, actually hesitated. But my dad, my own father, nodded at her, encouraged her. She walked up those altar steps and took my flowers from my hands, our mother's roses. The priest looked confused, but my dad stood up and announced, "Life brings unexpected changes. Let's celebrate love in whatever form it takes." Half the guests started clapping. Some looked horrified, but they stayed seated. I turned around, walked back down that aisle, and drove straight to the lawyer's office. We'd prepared everything in advance. I signed the papers while they were exchanging vows with my flowers, my rings I'd bought myself, my venue I'd paid for. See, that $7,800 salary he wanted? It wasn't just from managing one hotel. 2 years ago, after my sister's gambling spiral, my dad quietly transferred the entire hotel chain into my name. All 6 properties, the corporation, the accounts, everything. He made me CEO and told me to never tell her. She thought she'd inherit it all when he eventually passed. But the trust fund she was counting on, the one she'd been spending against for years with loans and credit cards, legally reverted to me the moment she married without my written approval. The clause was specific. Any marriage before age 30 without trustee consent meant immediate forfeiture. I was the trustee. By the time they cut their cake, my sister followed me to my car, walking unsteady. She just blurted out, "There's no baby. There never was." She pulled up the dress to show me the prosthetic belly, but he only proposed when I told him I was pregnant, so I can't take it back now. Her voice went small. "I already told everyone it's a boy." She grabbed my arm hard. "You have to help me find a baby before anyone figures it out." Through the venue windows, I saw him watching us with his phone to his ear. Full story on channel linked below.